we're back. My voice is back. The Broncos won. The Patriots lost. I won both my fantasy leagues. Life is good. And here we go. So with it only being Tuesday, I don't want to go straight into fantasy football for week 3. I'm going to save that for Thursday. But what I do want to do is kind of recap week 2. I'm a big Colin Cowherd fan, and something that I really like that he does is he tells you everything that he thinks, and then after all is said and done, he comes back with what Colin was right about and what Colin was wrong about. So I'm going to kind of piggyback off of that and go over some of the things that I said last week, things that I was right about, and things that I was wrong about. First thing, I advised last week that everybody should start Ben Roethlisberger and Patrick Mahomes if you have them. I thought it was going to be a high-scoring AFC matchup. I was right, 42-37. Big Ben got me 38 points in one of my fantasy leagues, and Patrick Mahomes has now thrown for 10 touchdowns in his first 3 games, which is an NFL record. Chiefs look unstoppable. Steelers, they're always a fairly steady team, always usually playoff contenders. So that was the first thing that I was right about. Second thing I was right about, Phillip Lindsay, the running back for the Denver Broncos. He was one of my sleepers for week 2, rushed for 107 yards in the Broncos' 2019 win against the Raiders on Sunday afternoon. Broncos are saying that he won't be a starter yet, but I still think he's somebody good to have on your roster, maybe as a flex. And third thing I was right about was sitting Derrick Henry against the Texans. On 18 attempts, he only had 56 rushing yards. That's averaging 3 yards a carry. I just didn't think that he was going to do it against the Texans, and he didn't. Sorry about you. So those were 3 things I was right about, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, God, Sarah, you know so much. How could there have possibly been anything that you were wrong about? I know, I was just as shocked as you are, but here we go. Cam Newton. I benched him in my league, and I advised that others do the same. He ended up throwing for over 300 yards and 3 total touchdowns. He did have an interception, but overall it was a good game. I played Phillip Rivers instead, which still worked out for me. I still won my league. Cam only scored about 6 more points than Rivers did in my league anyway, so I was wrong about Cam. Next thing I was wrong about, I did an 8-team parlay. The first team that I took was the Ravens -1 on Thursday. Joe Flacco is, surprise, still not elite, so that didn't work out for me. Hopefully we will do better week 3. And the third thing that I was wrong about in week 2, Fitzmagic is a thing, okay? It's a thing. On the field and off, because anybody who can get away with this in their post-game interview, I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. Okay, cool. So those were what I was right about, what I was wrong about. And before I go, I just have to do a rant about kickers. You have one job. That job is to kick the football through the uprights. You don't have to throw. You don't have to catch. You don't have to block. You don't have to run routes. You don't have to remember coverages. You just have to kick field goals. That's all. I mean, honestly, it's not like they ever have anything else to work on. Everybody doesn't come to practice and coach is like, oh yeah, let's have the quarterbacks work on this. Let's have the running backs do that. I want our DBs working on this. What can we have the kickers do today? And I'm not sitting here saying that every kicker should make every field goal 100% of the time. I get it. There are times where it can be challenging. Maybe it's windy. Maybe it's raining. Maybe it's snowing. Maybe it was a bad snap. Maybe it was a bad hold. But an extra point inside, how do you miss not 1, but 2 extra points inside an indoor field? It wasn't windy. It wasn't raining. It wasn't snowing. The snap wasn't bad. The hold wasn't bad. And it was an extra point. How? Oh, that's right, because you play for the Browns. Moving on. But you know what? I can't throw all the shade at the Browns or their kicker, because as terrible as they are and as terrible as they've been, I don't think they've ever had anybody retire at halftime. So shout out to the Buffalo Bills making history. Like, that's how bad the Bills are. Vontae Davis couldn't even finish the game. Okay, he walked in the locker room, sat down, took his helmet off, got a couple orange slices, looked around and was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. I don't know if they get orange slices at halftime, but, you know, we did when I played soccer, so I'm just assuming. Okay, I'm done. that is it for my week 2 recap for Fantasara football. On Thursday, I'll be posting my video for my week 3 starts, sits, and sleepers, as well as my 8-team parlay that I'm going to be doing every week. So please watch. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, I'd really appreciate it. I want to know what you guys think, if you're liking the videos so far. So have a great week, and I'll see you on Thursday.